As an engineer, I am monitoring this engineering processing column. So as I scroll down, I'm going to go and find that work order that we created for the copy room. I can open the work order for the copy room, and I can see some information about it. So to begin with, I have some information about what was budgeted, and I also have some information about the materials. Now, I, as the project manager, did not go through and approve all of these materials. You saw that in a previous video, but I could go through and approve these materials like this white liner Cosmic Strands and the concealed hinge. It's currently under pending, the 1/2 mil and the 3 mil. But earlier I just clicked a bunch of them and approved them to show you. What you see right here is actually from the previous video that I messed up on. So we're following that up with a correction right now. So once I have this information open, I am going to go open the, sorry, that is the WinStore, the Energy Work Order Engineering link. Now, when you open this, sometimes you'll be prompted with an update because they update it quite frequently right now while it's still in development. And it is by no means perfect, but if you do, go ahead and click OK. It will say that it blocks it, and you'll have to click on a button that says more information, and then it'll give you the option to run anyways. So to begin with, this information up here is energy. This information down here is essentially microvellum. So what you want to do is you want to find the job that you're working on, which is somewhere in here. I'm going to click on test job 1, 2, 3. The work order that you're working on, which I'm going to upload them into 613 copy room. You want to click on microvellum, which again, this was from the previous video. But as soon as you click on microvellum, you will be prompted with this screen to select any work order from the database of work orders. So I'm going to use this Zoodelke, which is a junk work order that I was working on testing for some stuff earlier. And what you'll see is that it lists the microvellum items, and this is the shipment items. So I can go ahead and click update. Now, all of those are there, so it's not going to upload them twice or anything, but it's matching them. So it just added them theoretically, and this is a shipment. This is a lot easier to create shipment items rather than going to the budget and using the items that we estimated off of. So this is the way that we'll be creating shipments later down the line. Steve will click on these. Sorry, actually, Steve will do create shipment, and then he'll start adding items to them. And that way we will be able to track our shipments. The other side of the engineering link is the bill of materials. And these are all of the materials that are in that work order. And in order to do that, we have to do some associations. So I did these associations. This one was for this project only. These are for this project and any moving forward. And the gist of this is basically the first one here is hinge 120-degree full overlay. So if I go to associate, it'll say, is this association for this project only? On hinges, I'm going to say yes, it's for this project only, because sometimes we want to use 120-degree full overlay. Sometimes we want to use 110-degree soft close. So I would say yes, it's for this project only. Hopefully I'm going to be prompted with it. And what I want to do is I want to go into energy, and I want to find the material that I'm going to associate it with. So this takes some time the first couple of times that you do it. After the first couple of times, those associations that are not for this project only, but are library-wide, will hold forever, essentially. Now, they only do that per workstation. So John, Jeremy, and I will all have to do it separately. But for instance, I want to find the hinges. And in this case, even though I programmed with microvellum some 120 degrees, I want some 110 degree soft close. So I need to take that SKU, and if you notice this, there are views up here. We should talk about that as a company, and I will make some demonstrations for you. But now that I have that SKU, I'm going to go ahead and paste it in here. And I'm going to say OK. So now that's associated with that, and I want to say add to approval. Okay. I did notice earlier that I'm having some troubles with that, so I still got some work to do on it. But the door bumper I don't need to do. The PL1 3mm PVC, I think that one makes sense, that I need to go find the 3mm cosmic strands, and it's going to be for this project only. In the future, PL1 will already be renamed by Steve because he will have approved that material on a project level. So materials are approved on a project level, then the quantity is used on a work order level. So once I clicked associate, it says, is this association for this project only? Yes, it is. I'm going to go into the materials. I'm going to look at edges, actual, and we should have some cosmic strands. We can also click up here for the column configuration, and I can filter by cosmic. And now that one shows up. I'm going to highlight it, copy. I will paste it in here, and hopefully that pops up here. Nope, it popped down here. There we go. It hasn't been added to the project. I believe these already have been. I don't want to pull over door bumpers. I don't want to pull over shelf clips. That really just, we don't track them like that. So the white half mil PVC, I want to go find what we do have in the library for that. I honestly do not know if we have anything, but I do know that it would be 0.5, so I will search for that. And I think Highline might be our typical, but I'm not going to do it right now. What I do want to do is the handles, so let's go ahead and look at our poles. And our wire pull 4-inch, that is our typical pull. Now, I want you to keep in mind that if we use this 4-inch, the pole wire straight for anything else, so even if it's a curved pole 4-inch, if I say, no, it's not for this project only, then at this workstation, this will always associate with the straight 4-inch, even if I, in Energy, need a curved 4-inch. So Jeremy, John, and I, we need to carefully watch what we do our associations. So is this for this project only? Yes. In this project, it's going to use this. Okay. So there we go. I can say add to approval, approve, or add and approve, and I'm going to say add and approve for everything. Okay, and then I'm going to go to update. So now it's going to update my bill of materials, and in Energy, you can see that my bill of materials is now updated with my actual usage of my material. So you can see I need 65, I have 901 on hand. Looks like I'm going to be short on this. I believe that's edge banding, looks like it. Got plenty of that, got plenty of that, got plenty of that. So I look good.